Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. I keep flashing this. I've been in my book for the last day and a half. I'm preparing. But I bring this out. Ooh, look out. But this is the next lesson. Right now, let's get back to what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. I had to do a little selfish plug right there. Shameless plug, they call it. But that's where we headed to Book of Wisdom. Oh, I'm loving that book. All right, let's go. Right, there's a 25 rule to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your own goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to Maat be true. Speaking of Maat, right thinkers, let's talk about how P Funk's philosophy says Maat philosophy works both ways. What you mean both ways? It's speculative and it's operative. Operative meaning you actually practice it, you doing it, you living it, making it a part of your life. Speculative is when you mentally conceive it, understand it, study it, learn it, and then you manifest it in your life. And Mayat does both of them very well. Let's talk about that. All right. And remember, I'm an esoteric teacher. I'm a spiritual philosopher. We're going to talk about philosophy, about what spirituality and knowledge and understanding of self. That's what I teach. Let's go. My philosophy, okay, works both ways. Let's talk about it. Esoteric teaching is teaching you the hidden messages, okay? And with my philosophy, it works both ways. You can practice Maya in your life by doing the work, self-service, practicing yoga of action, meditation, reflection, listening. Those are the tenets that you practice on a day-to-day basis. And speculative is you studying profoundly. Why? To comprehend and understand the lessons that now you can manifest and implement the operative and speculative. You put them together, you got it. Okay, a lot of times you either got one or the other. Mayat gives you opportunity to practice both and master both of them. That's what right there philosophy is based on. Mastering operative by doing and the speculative by understanding, knowing thyself. All right. So right thinking is speculative Maya philosophy principles, but it's all mental, it's all comprehension, it's all your ability to understand what the spiritual truth that we give you that equals spiritual knowledge about who? God and yourself. When you practice speculative Maya philosophy daily, that means you're studying. You're putting the work time in. You comprehending the lesson. And if you don't understand something, you go to the teacher who's helping you and guiding you and get the answer so you can fully understand and put it to use the proper way. Having a weapon, not knowing how to use it, and weapon don't do you no good. You can hurt yourself. Okay? Even with knowledge, you can hurt yourself. All right? But it leads you to become spiritually enlightened. That's knowledge of God. Living Maat philosophy, that's the operative aspect. Why? By practicing it, what? Daily, what? The spiritual disciplines that you're learning, that you getting instructed on. Operative masons were masons who actually worked with the brick and mortar. You see them out there building. Those are bricklayers. Those are masons. They're working in mortar. Those are operative masons. A speculative mason, you won't see doing none of that. It's all done up here. We said for a more noble and glorious purpose, for you to become enlightened. You working on yourself. You building yourself to be a better person, symbolically, and using signs and symbols. I mastered that, yeah, but I didn't connect that with spiritual knowledge until I went to Egypt and said, aha, I got it now. The Greeks taught me how to think, figure out the story, the plot. They gave me a bunch of mythological stories. I love the stories. Okay, I started out with them. Master Greek mythology. Oh, yeah, just a bunch of storytelling. Nothing useful information. I didn't think that was useful information, so I didn't really think too much of that. Didn't hold no credit. But when I got to Egypt and I started getting the ancestors, man, I was all in. Why? This is it. And I'm doing it right now to this day for that reason. When I found out 30 years ago, I'm still doing it. And I know people who do just that. When they find out, they don't stop. So count me in, I'm on. All right. But operative Maat philosophy followers. That means you're practicing the Maat philosophy daily to what? Master it for oneself. Hence, master yourself, self-mastery. That's done by practice. You can't become a master of nothing without putting the time in, the work and energy in college degree. 1,000 hours of what? To get your master's degree. I know that too. Okay. My mother-in-law was an operative Maat philosophy practicer all her life and didn't know who the hell Maat was. When she told me about her life, how she never felt good doing bad things, she never did this, that, and all that. I said, yeah, but you always had you. You never was looking for something outside yourself. She said, yeah, you're right. I said, okay, now watch that. That's Maat. She said, I've been living Maat. Yep. So now that's her favorite thing. I live Maat. When I explain it to her and break it down what Maat is, she loves it. She didn't understand it. She loves it. Okay. She'd have been a Christian, a Muslim. Now she's Maat. All right. And when I explained to her about righteous and virtuous living, people are blessed. Why? For how they live. God takes care of that spirit. God is spirit. And awareness, consciousness. That's it. He ain't man. Man makes God into his image. No, we got to be like God. I tell you, we got to become God-like. We come from spirit to matter. Now you got to go from matter with knowledge, understanding, from matter back to spirit. That's what you do consciously. Oh, this book take care of all of that. I can't wait to get there, but I'm so excited. But the idea is to understand speculative is mental, operative is physical. You put them both together, you get spirit and matter together. You got it going on. All right, that's the compass and the square philosophy. That's the Masonic perspective using signs and symbols to educate you about yourself. I just gave that lesson. Y'all love it, so I get it. And y'all understand it. 1 second. Excuse me. But when I broke it down to her and she understood, I said, yeah, why you think when you just think of something, it comes to you? That's God hearing your needs and addressing them. You think you wanted water one day. I've been doing it for the last few years and she would just go back and forth. But she's the perfect example how operative my followers get blessed just as well as the speculative ones. That's my point with that. I want to get out the way. Moving on. But when she got the concept, break it down, she's blessed every day. I'm blessed every day. Why? Not just, don't tell me you're blessed for waking up. Stop that. Stop it. You're blessed for doing good deeds. Okay? That's what it's all about. I have been also an operative and a speculative Maya philosopher practicer for the last 30 years. And I've mastered both equally. Again, I'm all about the balance, and that's what's important. When you have knowledge and understanding, that's speculative. When you're putting in the work that you have knowledge of, that's operative. Okay? All master masons, ain't never one of them became operative masons. Now, we had a few that was contractor common. We had a construction worker. He was actually in the board, but he came to be a master mason to get to understanding. So he used us to do that. I got that. But most of them ain't touched no brick, and we all speculative masons. Why? We use the break, the same concept for what they call more noble and glorious purpose for yourself, nobility, to know yourself, making yourself from a rough asher to a perfect asher, from ignorant to enlightened. It's all the same thing. Okay, we all have to be alchemists. Change from one thing to another, make it something that's not valuable, valuable. Something that wasn't smart, smart. You get it? Moving on. All right. But now let's talk about now. I'm all in with the Maya philosophy both ways. Why? Because they both work for me. That's why I can't say one. No, I got to live it. I got to learn it and practice it. So they got to go together. In that instance, when it comes to Maat philosophy, right thinking philosophy. Your speculative Maat philosophy is you learning and studying and becoming philosophical and understand the aspects from the mindset of our set, okay? Your ethics and your morals have to be impeccable. I have a master right thinker, my man Tahuti. I call him Tahuti. Why? Because he got the mental aspect of what I was teaching. He understood the esoteric teaching and he became mentally in comprehension and understanding. That's why he's all mental. Tahuti is the mind of God. Tahuti is in all of us. That's why Judgment Day, he keeps track of everything. He's your mind. When you practicing Mayat philosophy, aka right thinking philosophy, daily, then you're using both sides. Operative by practicing doing it, speculative by practicing and learning it, studying, and then moving on. That's why you're working together. And by doing that, you ready for this? That's how you earn blessings. Why? You're doing good work and God recognizes that. That's the difference. A speculative right thinking philosopher will also get blessed. Why? Because if they practice what they're learning, they become an operative Maya philosopher without even knowing it. But you can't have one without the other. That's why. But my spiritual knowledge leads me and keeps me what? Living righteous and virtuous when? Daily. Why? Because I'm rewarded. Mm-hmm. If you did something yesterday and at the end of the day it was deemed good, you can do the same thing again tomorrow. Serve God today with all your heart and do the same thing tomorrow. And the blessing will continue to come. Okay? Speculative Maya philosophers is all mental. Why? It's all lesson learning. You got to study. You got to become understandable, knowledgeable of what? The spiritual truths that are of our ancestors. That when you know them, understand them, live by them, you will see why they lived in harmony for thousands of years as a society. Not a few smart people here, a few intelligent people over there, a bunch of dumb people over there. That's not society. That's chaos. Excuse me. When you practice your spiritual discipline that you have to what? Learn. That's the difference. You can't practice what you don't know. You got to learn it before you can practice it. That's self-mastery at its best. And at the end, the results for doing so, mastery, self-mastery, practicing Maya philosophy for oneself, you will become one with God. You will know yourself and you're living a life that when the judgment day comes, you stand on your heart. Why? Because it's light as a feather. How you were living, what you were doing. You didn't carry a bunch of nonsense, greed, anger, lust around in your heart. You let all that nonsense go. That's what right thinkers do. I live operative my life by what I just told you. I let all of that go. Oh, you perfect. No, but my personality, my character is blemished, stainless. Why? I keep it that way. I hold myself accountable to do the right thing in his eyes. I ain't got to please the man or woman. When you spiritual, you pleasing God. Religious people claim to be religious. They serving God. I ain't got a problem with that. If God holds, whatever God you serve, holds you accountable to treat me respectfully, respect what I do, we not going to have a problem. If your guy say, I got to join you and be that, no, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. I'm not doing that. But when you're operative, my philosophy practicer, you're living it daily. You don't take days off. You don't pick and choose when you want to live and do it, right? You do it because that's what you make a lifestyle. It's part of my life. I live my, again. Yeah, I practice what operative aspects of my yacht daily. Why? I offer up a selfless service. When I'm doing this, that's what I'm doing right now. Offering up a selfless service. Giving you something useful that I'm not asking up from you in return. But to tune in, get me the view, and appreciate the comments that you do. But the goal is to get you information that you can actually use. I tell my brother, be laughing. I see what's going on. I watch what's going on. These people, that Instagram thing, that TikTok, that's the stroll. Okay, they done dressed it up to look like social media. It's the stroll. When you get it, notice, hey, handsome. Don't know me from a can of paint, but I'm handsome. I always ask you, you call everybody handsome, or so I play that little game. But that's the stroll. That's the game. Again, I didn't put all that in it, but that thing is getting out of control. Well, no, y'all are getting out of control. That's the means that let y'all do it. Okay, I have why am I down here? Okay, daily. Yeah, I practice what I teach daily. Yes, doing the right thing is operative practice of my yacht philosophy. I live that daily. Hold yourself accountable. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just saying hold yourself accountable, do what's right. You know what the right thing is for you. The right thing for you may not be the right thing for me. So the right thing for me may not be the right thing for you. So you find what works for you. When you're living operative my yacht philosophy, you are helping others, self-service, what? And others by being what? Responsible. People know that I'm a Capricorn. I'm responsible. Why? It's in my DNA and my character. I hate being late. I hate not being all those things that I don't like, I don't do. Simple. Okay, I practice again what I teach. I live it. When you practice my yacht philosophy, that means you holding yourself accountable to what? Do the right thing when? Daily. That's it. Whatever you're doing in your life, hold yourself accountable to do it right. That's it. That's it. Don't give a little bit every night. No, just do it because it's the right thing to do. And when you understand that, you'll give God what? He blesses cheerful givers. If you give him begrudgingly, if you give him because you have to, you're not going to be blessed for that. That's not going to earn your blessing. I can tell you that right now. See, why? Your heart got to be in it. If it ain't done from here, don't waste your time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why? God done co-signed that nonsense. That's why. You can't claim to be my yacht or practice my yacht and not live in my yacht. That, like what? Knowing God, but don't serve him. Those believers in God, they don't serve God. Why? They don't know who they're serving. How they going to serve him? They don't even know who he is. They believe him. What somebody told them. Your experience of God should be the driving force that drives you to what? Serve God. I shouldn't be able to tell you to serve God. Now, that ain't my job. That is the priest's job. If you are spiritual, then you're serving your higher self that we call God on your terms, however you deem that necessary. And if you're doing it right, you'll know why, because you'll be blessed. If you serving God and ain't been blessed, you may be serving the wrong God. I teach speculative my yacht philosophy and show operative why I'm doing it, but I'm teaching you the lessons you need to practice so you can do the same thing. So, and I also live it too. That's operative. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I give you the speculative spiritual truths that I live by, that I got learned and mastered from our ancient ancestors. I don't make this up. It ain't mine. Okay? Myself. Why? I learned what was already there. That's the name of the game. Right thinking is mental. Okay? Speculative, meaning you take it in mental aspects and concept by what? Reflecting on what you're doing, meditating on who you are and how you are, and communing with your higher self on a daily basis. That's a different lifestyle. Everybody can't adjust to that. Everybody won't do that. So I'm a little different. I know that. But I'm responsible, I'm consistent, and I'm diligent in my cause. My cause is to enlighten you. So I got to do everything I could, like my man Malcolm say, by any means necessary. I got books, everything I could to try to teach you to what? Know thyself. That's my job. Right thinking philosophy is a speculative and operative life lessons for you to what? Master that will help you to what? Know yourself. Self-improvement means you're going to learn lessons that's built there to teach you how to do just that. Living right from wrong, knowing right from wrong, living right and not doing wrong. Simple. Some of us want to fake like we're doing right and doing wrong, think nobody knows. He knows your heart. Our minds is ours. Okay, that's ours to what? To comprehend God and understand Him, do the thing we need to do. But the heart, He give you that. He give you half of the. Okay, you got to bring the other half. He bought His half. Okay, He did His job. You got to do yours to get to know through what? Practice what you're learning, but learn it and then practice it. All right. Our minds are the most sophisticated. He gave you the most sophisticated machinery known to man, but He don't give you instructions. He give you instructors, sage, saints, okay, philosophers. These are the people who help you what? To learn and be your best self. Educators. That's what I do. Enlighten you. Take it home for now. I'm about to get up out of here. Maya philosophy, aka right thing philosophy, purifies one's heart and mind, what I call what? Heart mind coherence. Your heart is the operative part, your mind is the speculative part. Yin and yang, they gotta go together like night and day. That makes you the best you can be your way. However you perceive it, do it and reach it. That's the goal for all right thinkers. My point is to get you to do just that. Know you. Put the work in. I give you the lessons you need to learn. All you got to do is practice them. Tune in. I'm here every day doing what I do for you. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. 100 miles a day. So I never let my right thinkers who understand the operative and speculative Maya philosophy passed away. Master them both. Trust me.